actually the relationship we are establishing with women. And so if our communication is only about exclusive breastfeeding, if our communication is only about time, right? We're only celebrating 6 months exclusivity, 12 months exclusivity. If that's the way that we're communicating with mothers, then we've already established a relationship that says, I don't fit here. I don't fit here. Make a concerted effort to tell those other stories. Even mothers who did not breastfeed at all, we can learn from them. We have something to learn from them. Bring them in. Bring them in. When we are thinking about this work, we attack the tactics, not the people. And we have told women that it doesn't matter, but it does matter to them. And so when they don't get to breastfeed for whatever reason, when they don't meet their goals, they are angry. And we haven't allowed a space for them to come in for us, right? We haven't said, we understand the system let you down. You did not fail, the system failed you. Come, tell us your story, right? Because what do we actually know? That woman is likely to have another baby, and maybe she will try again if she felt welcomed by the movement, and she felt that her story could be shared here, right? But we haven't honored that anger, because I think we didn't want to acknowledge it because we also were taking it as a personal failure, you know? And so maybe we didn't want to say as a movement that somebody failed this one, but it wasn't us either. The system has failed us. We have to make space for those voices that we have kept out. We have to include all stories. We must pivot to survive. We have to pivot to survive. We need to tell all those stories. And if a mother has breastfed for 1 week or 1 year, you tell her story. You tell her she is welcome and that you want to hear her story. And you celebrate that 1 week with every balloon you have, right? Because we have to create a movement that's more inclusive. Now, we've attached language to this, right? Exclusive breastfeeding. And so the minute a piece of formula touches your baby's mouth, you're out of our club. You're out of our club. Sorry. But when we know what mothers are really dealing with in terms of societal pressures, going back to work, social stressors, financial pressures, right? We know that kind of stress will literally limit your letdown reflex, right? That's a medical, biological fact. So why don't we have more compassion and understanding when women often do not meet their breastfeeding goals, when we know that they were set up to fail before they started? That's the truth. They were set up to fail before they started, and the fact that they eked out a week or a month or 6 months or a year is something to be celebrated. And we have to bring in all those stories. We have to acknowledge and validate their pain and their anger. Don't try to explain it away. Just listen, sit with it. Even if it's uncomfortable for you, sit with it. Acknowledge that pain and that anger, but we have to invite these women in to share their story. Because when we don't, when we say this is the only place for this in this box, they are going someplace else, and that other place is very dangerous. That other place is very dangerous. And we cannot continue to do that.